Yo, what is up, family? Yo, today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the art and mastering the art of edification. Now, when you first come into this business, even if it's, even before your first 6 months, guys, you have to understand you don't have to do everything yourself. See, that's where I struggled when I first got into, network marketing, into, this business, I Am Mastery Academy. And the reason why I was struggling was because I was trying to do it all myself, guys. And, if you can just drop that ego, if you can drop the ego of I have to do it all myself, guys, you will be very, very successful. I struggled and I saw no results trying to do it myself. So just take it from personal experience, guys. And the reality is, you don't have to do it all yourself. You don't. You're actually persuaded and you're more so pushed and encouraged not to do it yourself. You guys, you have leaders, you have mentors, you have coaches that are here to help you, because of course, people, aren't going to really, much. I'm not going to say they don't respect you, but they're going to respect someone that has been in an opportunity for a longer period of time and have more results. Because, think about it. Let's really think about it. Someone is not going to, really, do something if they're be in an opportunity for a longer period of time. If it doesn't work, that wouldn't make sense, right? So you got to understand, guys, you have to really, 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 more so push, edifying your leaders. And I'm actually going to go into that, right? But, before we actually get into that, I want to emphasize the two things you really need to work on, when coming into this opportunity, even if it's your first 6 months, 12 months, whatever it is, right? Understand that the two things are mastering the invite and mastering the art of edification. And that is what I'm going to be talking about. The last video talked about how to master the invite, and that is one of the skill sets you must practice and must, keep using on a continuous basis. And the next one is mastering the art of edification, edifying. Right? It's so key. And without this, guys, you got to think it's like throwing a lob, right? Throwing a lob to Zion Williamson, that guy that just slams it all the time, right? You got to think about throwing the lob to your leader and them just coming in and closing the call, right? Slam and dunk the call, right? So, edification, guys, you got to understand, is the most powerful form of leverage, right? And if you don't know what leverage is, guys, leverage is to utilize something to its maximum potential, maximum advantage. And what you're doing in this business is leveraging, other individuals' success if you haven't seen the success yet. Right now, this is especially for the newer people. You haven't seen the results, or seen the results that you want yet. Right? So this is when you're leveraging your leaders to that have the results, that have been in for a longer period of time. Now, I'm not saying we're more important than you. I'm just saying that, your leaders, your mentors, your coaches have more experience. And that's the only thing, guys. That's the only thing, is just experience. So, this just allows you to become the messenger. This allows you to become the messenger and not the message. You don't have to be the message, guys. You just pass it off and allow your leaders to persuade the message, right? Like I said, you're throwing that lob. Basic terms, guys, just to break it down, very, very basic. You are just connecting your leaders to your prospects, right? Just like I talked how to PS3, how to get them on the three-way call. This is for three-way calls. This is for, passing it off on an opportunity call, passing it on to the leader in the events, right? And then edification provides the trust. Right? It provides the trust. And always keep in mind, guys, always keep this in mind, that people don't care what you know. until you have showed that you care. So that's why I emphasize, building these relationships with these people, building and giving them compliments. Because when they see that you care, they're going to care what you say, and they're going to care what you have to show. Right? So building those relationships is so key, guys. So key. So I'm going to go ahead and draw something out for you guys. I want to go ahead and draw a triangle for you, right? I'm going to go ahead and draw a triangle. Don't judge my drawing. It's terrible, right? And this is what it looks like, guys. As you can see, a triangle, right? So at the top of the triangle, the head of the triangle, that is you, right? Then you have the prospect, and then you have your leader, right? I'll go ahead and show you, right? You have your prospect, and your leader, right? Between you and the prospect, you guys have trust, right? Between you and the prospect, you guys have built that trust through the compliments, through building that relationship. You and the leader, right, have built trust because that is your mentor, that is your coach, that is your upline, right? You guys, right, you and the leader have built that trust. Now there's a gap, right? There's a gap between the leader and the prospect. Now it is your job, right, through edification to bridge that gap through trust, and that is edifying your leader to your prospect and edifying your prospect to your leader. That is edifying, I'll say it again, to bridge that gap, to build that trust between your prospect and your leader, you must edify your leader to your prospect and edify your prospect to your leader. Without edification, guys, the trust isn't there, and it makes it hard for us. It makes it hard for your leaders, for your mentors to really close that call, on a good note, because, you got to think about it. You guys already have the trust. Both of you have the trust. Now it's your turn to edify. This is the art of edification, guys. So when you're edifying your leader, you're basically just giving a story, a short story of, where they were to now. Very, very short. 10, 15 seconds, you could be done. And then, you're just giving them, the background. You don't have to talk income. You can just say that they make a lot of income. They've been traveling the world, been in this business for about a year or two, however long, and they're making a lot of money and changing a lot of lives. Now, the saying a lot of money, a lot of lives, it can be anything. It can be anything. So you don't have to talk income, guys, and most definitely we're not even really supposed to talk income. So I definitely persuade more so explaining it that way as well. And then when you edify your prospect to your leader, right? You edify after you have edified your leader to your prospect. Now you're going to edify your prospect to your leader. Now, when you do this, guys, you don't want it to make it sound like your leader is more important than your prospect. Vice versa. You don't want your prospect to sound like, they're more important than your leader, right? You want them to be right at the middle. You want to be, just as valuable as each other. Right? And how you do this is, for example, you could, give a good compliment like, hey, even though he's still in the work life, he has the mentality that he's going to get out of this 9-to-5 life, that he's going to be just like you, your leader, and impact many lives and make tons and tons of money on the way as well. Bam. You mute yourself and you let your leader talk and finish out the call. That is it. You are just passing the lob, like I said, guys, to your leaders and muting yourself and giving it to your leader to close it out. And that is it, guys. So it's so important, guys. It's so important to do this so you don't have, because you're just pushing it to your leader. You're throwing the lob to your leader to go ahead and slam dunk and finish and bring these family members in, guys. So that is how you master the art of edification.